Hello everyone, you are watching a segment of the Countdown program from September 25, 2023. Today is Monday. See the entire program and postscript on the Patreon resource. More about the themes of the postscript a little later, but now about the most important thing. Experts at the American Institute for the Study of War have evidence that Putin could have ordered Shoigu to stop the counter-offensive of the Ukrainian armed forces before the beginning of October. Putin may have ordered the Russian military command to hold all initial defensive positions to create the illusion that the Ukrainian counteroffensives achieved no tactical or operational effect, despite significant Western support, the Institute's analysts noted. This begs a counter-question. What if the counter-offensive of the Ukrainian armed forces cannot be stopped? What will happen? Will he announce a bald situation? And how bald? Throughout the country or only in border areas? The head of Duri, Pushilin, has already, by his decree, introduced military censorship on correspondence by mail and on the internet, as well as on telephone conversations, from September 24. A similar regime was once already introduced by the military administration in Chechnya. By the same decree, Pushilin banned strikes, rallies and meetings, and the sale of weapons, ammunition and alcohol. So let's see how the militants know how not to drink. He also limited the movement of vehicles and the choice of location in areas of active hostilities. Human rights activists suggest that, using the example of the DPR, a test approbation of the martial law mechanism is being carried out, which can be introduced in the regions bordering Ukraine. It is possible that mobilization will be announced in these areas. Putin avoids the idea of general mobilization by all means, since this is the penultimate step. Perhaps he will be prompted by the real threat of the loss of Crimea, when the American long-range ATACMS missiles, the delivery of which is so awaited by the Ukrainian armed forces, come into play. They are not a panacea, but they can significantly change the configuration of the course of the war. After all, it is Crimea that holds the keys to Kyiv's victory in this war, and by losing the peninsula, Putin risks losing power. Therefore, he can in this case declare martial law and general mobilization. They will begin to drag people into the trenches in big cities and large regional centers, since the deep plebs from godforsaken villages have been practically drained to the bottom. So it's the turn of regional centers and the outskirts of megacity cities near St. Petersburg and Moscow. And if this massive roasting doesn't help, then what remains is. Watch this and other stories in full on the Patreon resource. Become our patrons right now and look further in this program. Drones attacked the Kursk, Bryansk and Tula regions. At the capital's airports Viennakovo, Domodedovo and Sheremetyevo, the carpet plan was reintroduced, and residents of the village of Shusheri near St. Petersburg heard a bang and saw a flash in the sky, after which the area was cut off from power. At the Kolino airfield in the Kursk region, a drone attacked the premises where the leadership of the 14th Guards Fighter Aviation Regiment named after Zdyanova. Many were killed and wounded, including superiors, aviator officers, FSB officers and airfield workers. Whatever happens, the Western allies will remain with Ukraine until victory. At least that's what they said in the UK. While Kyiv and Warsaw are eliminating past tensions on the issue of grain, the head of the Finnish Foreign Ministry states that in the case of Russia we must prepare for the worst. Even if Putin is gone, the empire will remain dangerous for its neighbors. And in the Serpentarium, they barked at Narusova, but caressed Zorkin. Officials are preparing to re-establish the eternal Putin. See the postscript program for more information. On camera, and the last thing for today. The mafia leader died, but again not the same one. Sicilian colon cancer, undiagnosed by Professor Solovey, dragged the head of the Sicilian mafia Cosa Nostra, Matteo Messina Denaro, to hell. In January 2023, he was arrested on charges of involvement in the murders of about 50 people. The mafioso was 62 years old. Today, 89-year-old economist Evgeny Yasin died in Moscow. But the mafia economist Putin is still alive, which greatly upsets progressive humanity. And that is all. View our full programs on the Patreon resource. And thanks to everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. Hugs to everyone. See you on Thursday. Glory to Ukraine.